This is Brandy Jeanette. Welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. So Rihanna, she just released Fenty Beauty, and I got the gloss bomb coming in the mail. I was impatient, went to Sephora and went swatching for other foundations, and I got distracted by all of these extra goodies. Oh my goodness. So this one, that's blonde, one of the matchsticks, and then trophy wife, and then blonde and trophy wife. Oh my gosh, it was everything. I could just get lost there and swatch. I mean, swatching is serious business. Beautiful stuff. Just stunning. And it catches that app that puts sparkles and everything. Perfect. What I found was, for women who are NW45 and MAC, there can be a little teeter-totter between 420 and 430. Now, I bought 430, and I bought the primer, and I bought trophy wife, and I bought the blotting powder. Basically, Rihanna has all my coins. I just wanted to test both of them out just to see how each one of them look, and I know this will help some women too, because you may not know what's what and you may not want to get both, especially if you're on a budget and blow all your money on Rihanna. So I'm going to start off with this Master Cameo from Maybelline. I would say if you got Chili Mango, you can possibly get rid of your dark circles with that. Like, I want to try so many things. I think I got the more pricier things out the way first, because all that's left for me to get are the miscellaneous things. Those are the things that, like, I thought were gonna sell out, but they're still around. Like, I want to get the brushes even though they're an arm and a leg. And Rihanna needs to develop a pro program, because if I love this as much as I do already, because I wore it all day yesterday, I'm gonna want my clients to experience that first. But the thing is, she doesn't have a pro program for makeup artists, and that can really hurt. Like, I would be more likely to spend money where I can use my pro card somewhere, like, you know, MAC has a pro program, Tarte has a pro program, Bobbi Brown has a pro program, all of that. I spend my money there first for my kit before I would spend money on Fenty Beauty for everybody, because I get a deal on it. Urban Decay has a pro program, you know. Like, some people think that just because you have a pro program that you're taking advantage of it. No, it's not. Your kit is super extensive, and for a line like Fenty Beauty, they have like over 40 shades. That can dismiss every other foundation and all the other shit in my kit and just cater to that. So I just put my color correction down. Now I'm going to set with this universal blotting powder. I'm just going to blot that all over. The reason why I'm not going to just put the foundation down right away, because to me it's not realistic, and that's not what I do in my daily makeup routine. I normally do my color correcting first, then I put the setting powder down, and then I go with my routine, like with the primer, the foundation, and all that jazz. Pretty girls have big foreheads. I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty. This packaging is so pretty, yo. So this is the Fenty Beauty primer. If you have oily skin, the primer itself isn't going to do much for you. I remember I used just the primer and the foundation, and I got to work and I was a grease ball. I noticed using the Invisimatte blotting powder, I stayed dry the whole day. So I would definitely make room for that in your basket when you're purchasing Fenty Beauty if you're totally oily. If you hear a wheezy noise, that's just my fan. I need my fan to keep cool, because I am not going to turn on the AC, but I need my fan to keep cool because it's so hot in here that I develop mustache sweat in a major way. So if you can just excuse that, that'll be fine and great and dandy. So I'm just gonna let the primer set. I like for it to get like a little tacky before I put down the foundation. I have the 420 Fenty sample. Take my finger, dab it in here. Like I said, I don't have money for the brushes yet. And plus the brush for the little blotting powder, that bitch is like $25. And the black in me will not let me spend $25 for a little brush, even if it is magnetic. So if I decide to eventually collect everything in the collection, well, everything that's like pertains to me, unless they get a pro program and I could put it in my kit, the little brush I'll probably have to get very, very last. I'm gonna go with the Beauty Blender. This looks too light. It dries fast. It smells really good. It smells like coconut or something. This looks so light. I don't think I'm 420. So I tell you what, just to be totally sure, let's make this full coverage and let's make sure this is shooketh. It's gotta be shooketh. This time I'm gonna use just my Beauty Blender to dip into the product. This foundation is a lot different than anything I've ever used. I've noticed using your fingers, it doesn't spread easy. Using a Beauty Blender, it doesn't spread easy. But I did try the brush, and I guess they go hand in hand. Getting the Fenty brush to match the makeup is going to be an absolute must. That's the next on my to-do list. I mean, the finish is pretty, but at the same time, this isn't my shade. Look at that. Now, just for the sake of finishing, I'm going to finish my full face, just so that I can be totally sure. At this point, I'm totally sure about this color not being for me, so I'm just going to do my complete face just to give you guys an idea of what it would look like if you did get the 420 when you were actually a different color. So I was on Instagram. You know how you do when you're just looking and seeing if any of these damn bloggers were updating their websites so they could show us what foundation we are. And I'd like to think I may be like Jackie Aina's shade. But I asked her, and then her fans, her other supporters were like, trust me, get the 420. You're 420 for real. And I was looking at the black makeup for women, one of those women of color Instagram pages for women of color, and I saw the swatch and they started at 430. And the ones for 430 already appeared dark. And so I'm like, why would people say that I'm 420? I know I'm not that light. Look at this. I'm not 420, like, at all. So I guess it totally depends on your climate. No, boo. No, I'm not. Oh, funny story. So, for some odd reason, well, not for some odd reason, Fenty Beauty is fucking fire. I went to Sephora and all the other gondolas, whatever they call them, they were all empty because everybody was swarming around the Fenty Beauty display. And so I was asking to see Trophy Wife, right? And this lady, she wanted to put it on my face. So she literally went to the display, she picked up Trophy Wife, she got her sponge, right? And she was about to put it on my face. Let me tell you, I ducked so quickly like a stranger trying to kiss your baby. I was like, whoa. Wait a minute, right? And so I got like a little alcohol pump, and I pumped some, like, got a tissue and I soaked it with alcohol, and I just gently swiped over Trophy Wife. Then like I held the tissue out to her so she could swirl her brush on the alcohol. Like, bruh, I swatch all day. Like, on my off days at work, you'll probably see me at the Mac store or somewhere around the way close by, and I got swatches up to my freaking elbows. You don't know where people's fingers have been? How do I know somebody didn't pick their wedgie, you know what I mean, and then went and dipped their fingers in Trophy Wife? I'm telling you, that's why most of the time I like, this isn't my color at all. Look at that. Maybe with the contouring and the highlighting it might be, and this will just be a base, you know. I look like, you know how there's blackface? I look like I'm wearing light skinned face. Like I'm trying to be brighter than what I am, and that's not the case at all because I love being brown. I'm gonna stop right there. Look, if you're as brown as me, don't get 420. Don't let these fools talk you into getting 420. Well, Jackie Ina is 420. Okay. No, boo. Good for her if she is. I'm not. And I'd like to think we're around the same color, because it's been like sunny as hell in San Diego. So let me just do the whole thing. Oh, not 420. Don't waste your money on 420 if you're naturally brown like me. Don't let them talk you into it. Especially if you're at Sephora and some white girl's like, oh, you're 420. No, I'm not. I don't have Rihanna's matchsticks yet for the contour and highlight, but I'm using Macs NW45 and NW58, and I'm setting that with Deep Bronze by Becca. Well, maybe the 420 can be used like as a highlight. There is a highlight in the Rihanna line, but it's like $54. Maybe next time. So I'm going to use the Mac NW40. Alright, fuck it. I'm going to go in with Trophy Wife, and the 420 is too light for my liking. I'm more of a chocolate golden color, and the 420 is kind of like a milk chocolate, so it's a little bit too light for me. Maybe in the fall I might turn that color. I took my shirt off just so you could see the contrast. And take this off, and then we'll get into 430. I want a smooth, clean palette to start with, so I'm going to thoroughly clean my face before I get started. I'm going to use the 430 foundation from the Fenty line. I'm going to use this Beautyblender. So the 430 went on so smooth and so beautifully, I just couldn't speak. I was just lost in the moment of doing my makeup. And I've noticed that it has a nice velvety, powdery finish to it. So I would recommend doing one side of your face first before crossing over to the other, because it has crazy staying power. I mean, like, I did my makeup at around 9 a.m. I got home at around, 9 o'clock p.m. and my makeup was still intact. I didn't have to do any retouches. And once I set my face with the Invisimatte setting powder, I really didn't have to do any retouches. I want those extra brushes so bad. I mean, the struggle is real while you're trying to use what you have until you can get them. And the 430 matches me way better. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I was able to help you out discover if you're 420 or 430. I'm obviously 430. Don't let them do you like they do at Mac sometimes. Just say straight out, just because you're African American, you're NW45, when you could be something else. So if you're going to invest in Fenty Beauty, I would recommend, you make room, or at least make a plan to get Fenty Beauty primer. The stuff is so amazing. Then you want to get the foundation. Of course, again, I am 430. So hit that subscribe button, share, and help your other fellow beauty mavens, beauty junkies out. I'll see you guys next time.